Chapter 14, Principle of Cause and Effect.
There was a vibrant and positive atmosphere in the preparation room of Team Galactic, as they all gathered around Storyteller once again, excited to learn more about the greatest game of all. He was now sitting quietly on the lounge, head bowed down, eyes closed and very deep in thought, and so they waited patiently for him to speak. He then slowly aroused himself to look at them deeply in their eyes, and said with great affection,
"We love you."
And then he looked outside of them and called out,
"We love you too."
The team, cinema goers and book readers didn't quite know how to react, because his words were spoken with so much depth that they had awakened something inside of them, and they all felt an incredible euphoria and connection with him.
"What did you just do?"
asked Lotus, with emotional tears in her eyes. Storyteller quietly answered,
"The illumined ones who are with us now wanted to convey their love to you all, and so I consciously connected my soul to all of your souls through the expression of our love and the power of our feelings. I hope that it made you all feel very much loved."
He asked in a caring way, and the world replied with a grateful yet awestruck yes. Teresa then sobbed out her words, as tears also ran down her cheeks.
But I felt as if it was Jesus who had just spoken to me.
And Storyteller replied with empathy,
He certainly did, Teresa, along with Muhammad and Krishna, Hermes and Moses, and every other master and messenger of God who has ever been. They spoke of their love to each of you, because they are all here to help you understand the urgency of how quickly we must all change our ways to protect our world. Remember, we are all as one, regardless of which great plane we are on, because we have all been created by the All, and all that differs between us are our energy vibrations.
He could see that they were still quite moved by the experience, so he went on to say,
If you want to touch someone else with the powerful energy of your own love, it should be expressed not only with words of affection, but by also consciously attaching to those words your deepest feelings and highest vibrations of love that come from the very depth of your soul. Feel love as you speak, and not only will people hear your words, but they will also feel your emotions of love, as you have all felt mine and those of the illumined ones just now.
Can anyone learn how to do this?
asked Fempower, still feeling very emotional by what she had just experienced.
Yes, we can, and we already do unknowingly.
He replied positively.
To use emotional communication consciously and wisely will help us to heal our world and bring us together as one. This is an important weapon of love that we have been given to use in our game of life. Always be aware, though, that we can also hurt people very deeply, or even start a war, by attaching emotions of hate when we express anger, because as we know, there are two polarities to every emotion. Words that have been attached with emotions can either be powerfully uplifting or extremely destructive depending on your intentions. So choose wisely, because they are an energy that can affect others in many dramatic ways. In the greatest game of all, the mental pendulum swings between fear and love, which we react to in different ways. And it has been those reactions of feelings, words, and actions shown by us all that has caused our planet to be facing this dilemma of self-destruction that threatens us today.
But how can that be all our faults?
asked Teresa anxiously.
Most of us just get on with our everyday lives and have no say in what is happening in our world.
That is exactly the problem.
Replied Storyteller emotionally.
Indifference is in itself an action of inaction, which allows a relatively small amount of people to be the major players in our world game of life, giving them impunity to play the game in any way that they like, regardless of how it affects others.
But that is so unfair.
Protested Teresa, and he looked at her with an understanding smile and said,
We are playing a game, and we must understand that everything we do or don't do will ultimately affect the overall game.
Storyteller then focused his attention on Team Galactic and asked,
When you play competition games individually, you earn points which are then added to your overall team score. Is that correct?
Yes,
replied Zotin.
and from our team points, we rise to higher levels in the game.
So,
asked Storyteller.
you can rise to different levels in your own personal games, as well as collectively as a team, which ultimately is the goal of the game.
That's right.
Answered Zotin. Storyteller then looked at Teresa and said reassuringly,
The same rules apply to the greatest game of all, as our actions or inactions not only affect our own personal games of life, but they also affect the game of life for our planet. The sixth hermetic principle of cause and effect will help us all to understand this more clearly, because it is written that Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for law not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. This means that in life nothing happens by chance, because the term chance merely indicates that the cause exists, but has not been recognized or understood at that time. The magnificence of our universe operates under strict principles of law and order, with the principle of cause and effect being one of them, and so it is impossible for chance to exist, because it is outside of the law of the all. Do you all understand this?
He asked.
Because it is very important knowledge that will help you play your own games of life with more freedom and success.
The cinema-goers, listeners, and readers all replied, yes, anxious to hear what was coming next. Storyteller then went on to say,
Chance is just a chain of events of causes and effects, which will go on to produce other events hundreds of years into the future from now. Within that time, people experiencing an effect from one of those events may say how luck or chance has brought them something magically out of the blue, but in truth, there were many events of cause and effect leading up to it.
He then paused for a moment and then said with some concern,
I know that all the information I've been giving you about the greatest game of all is a lot to take in, which is the reason why the Hermetic teachings have always been kept a secret until this time. I truly believe that you are ready for this knowledge, so can you please stay with me while I endeavor to explain them in the best possible way that I can?
He asked with an impassioned voice.
All of this will make more sense shortly, and you will be liberated to a greater freedom and power that you never thought existed.
And the world replied yes, with complete trust in him. Storyteller thanked them, and then revealed much to the surprise of many.
The majority of us have very little freedom, because in fact we are slaves to our cultures, heritage, and environment, influenced by the opinions, customs, suggestions, and thoughts of others, as well as by our emotions, feelings, and moods. Many of you are ready to argue with me right now, because you sincerely believe that you do as you please and you do what you want to do. So before you give me an earful,
he chuckled.
Please show me your very best smile, and then ask yourselves, have you ever really questioned your do as I please and do what I want choices as being truly of your own making, without being unconsciously influenced by other factors?
He let it sink in for a moment, and then asked with a confident voice,
if your mind was wiped clean from any pre-programming, do you think your life would still be running the same way as it is now? Or do you think you would have discovered some other exciting must-haves you would prefer to experience than the ones you are using now? I hope you are getting my drift.
He called out, and they answered yes, as they were feeling once again excited about the game of life.
That's great.
He replied,
because you will now understand that there have been many causes that have left effects such as hidden beliefs buried in your unconscious mind that are not necessarily serving you very well. You are not who you think you are by chance.
He laughed.
It has taken so many events in the past, dating back through the lifetimes of your 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great-grandparents, 16 great-great-grandparents, and if we go back another 40 generations, you will find an ancestry of millions, all contributing to the conditioning of your me personality mind. Are you still sure that you all do as you please and do as you want in your lives?
He called out to them, and an emphatic no came back at him, which made him smile.
Now, do you understand what I mean by true freedom?
He asked, and the world shouted back a liberated yes.
Are you ready to know how you can master your own lives and take yourselves to another level in this game?
He replied excitedly, and yes, was their enthusiastic reply.
Don't you just love the greatest game of all?
He yelled, and they all yelled back, yes.
I can't hear you.
He cried out, and it seemed like the world shook as they shouted, yes, 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 oh my God, yes. Storyteller was laughing along with them, but then suddenly surprised everyone by jumping up and singing out with a loud and boisterous voice the song, Clap Your Hands.
Come on, let's hear you. Isn't it great to be alive?
He called out, as the song then rocked out of speakers everywhere, and once again the world danced and sang together as one. The illumined ones were now beginning to sense a breakthrough in their efforts to unite the world, and they were feeling good about it. Perhaps there was still time to save this planet, they thought to themselves, but they all knew it would be a close call, as they could only guide humanity, who would ultimately make the choices, whether to survive or perish. Storyteller said,
I'm so proud of every one of you who believes in what I am saying, because I know it is a huge leap from your original understanding about life to what I am revealing to you now. that we are playing an exciting mental game of life created by the All. The principles of this game have been closely guarded for thousands of years because humanity was not ready, but here you all are. Very special generations of people who will hopefully go down in history as the ones who saved our world. Are you feeling good about yourself?
He asked, and they happily replied yes. He smiled with satisfaction as he said enthusiastically,
We will all need to mentally rise above the ordinary plane of cause and effect, to a higher plane where we become causers instead of effects. No longer do we need to allow outward causes to move us around like pawns on the chessboard of life. We must learn to dominate our moods, characters, powers, and qualities, as well as the environment surrounding us to become movers instead of pawns. Are you ready to know how to do this?
he asked, and they replied with a huge yes.
It's simple, really. Just continue to keep asking yourselves who you are and who you want to be. Each time that you do this, you will then remember that your higher self, otherwise known as your soul, is the magnificent spirit of the All, and that you are playing in the greatest game of all, where you can be whoever and whatever you want to be. That may be a teacher, a scientist, a musician, business owner, or whatever you desire to be. The list goes on, but remember that no roles are greater than another, as they are just experiences to share with your higher self, and all are serving humankind. Your choice of vocation should always be made from your own passion and not influenced by others, and then you will play your game with your highest vibrations of love by controlling the polarities of your emotions and avoiding the pendulum swings that can affect your moods. Always question yourself, is this what I truly want to do, or am I being influenced by my environment and other people? Because you will be far happier knowing that you are the causer in your life than in effect. Believe me. Is this making sense?
He asked, and they all replied yes.
Great, so let's continue. You now all know that every time you become aware of an undesirable emotion within your being, you can change it to the opposite by raising your mental vibrations on the polarity pole. Generally, the feelings you want to change are fear-based negative emotions such as failure, low self-esteem, lack of courage, unworthiness, and feeling unloved, which may be just a few, that have been programmed into the subconscious of your me identity. When you reverse these emotions, you can then see yourself as a successful, confident, courageous, and worthy character who is very much loved. Once you start living your life as this person, this is who you become. You will no longer be an effect of previous influences, but will now be the causer of the person you desire to be in life. Isn't this game fantastic?
He called out, and they all answered with a joyful yes.
There is no need for you to answer this, but isn't it wonderful to know that in our game of life, we all have the power to not only do what we want to do, but be who we want to be.
He then turned his attention to the team and asked them,
When you are playing your game, do you get to choose which character you want to be?
and Game Changer replied,
Yes, we select the character with the weaponry and skills we believe would suit us best for the challenges ahead.
Exactly.
said Storyteller excitedly.
And this is the power we have in the greatest game of all. We can become the person we need to be, who has the right attributes to ensure that we are successful in our own personal game of life. Now, isn't that exciting?
He asked with great passion, and the multitudes replied ecstatically, yes, 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 oh my God, yes, and they all laughed together.
So,
He said once again with great passion,
if we don't like who we are, then change it. If we don't like how we feel, then change it. If we don't like the look of our bodies, then change them. And if we don't like how unfit and unhealthy we have become, then change it. Because we are the causers and no longer the effects of our environment. As a causer, we have a responsibility not only to ourselves but to our world. So if we don't like the high emissions of carbon entering our skies that poison our world, then change it. If we don't like our forests and jungles being cut down, then change it. If we don't like seeing our fellow humans starve to death, then change it. And if we don't like people being slaughtered in war, then change it. If we don't like seeing our food sources poisoned with pesticides and growth hormones, then change it. Because to stay silent is to condone it. We have the power to change our world by expressing our opinions as one united voice. This is our game of life, owned by the masses and not just by a few. And we can stop this destructiveness to our planet that is happening purely because of the foolishness of greed and the need for power. Are you all with me?
He cried out, and millions of caring, wonderful people replied with one united and purposeful voice, yes.
And how are we going to do it?
He asked, and they all replied in unison, with love.
There is something else I would like to add,
said Storyteller, feeling elated by what was happening.
Cause and effect also affects nations, races, and communities of people, because what we think and feel about ourselves as a whole manifests our realities. If we feel impoverished, then poverty will always be ours. If we feel inferior, then inferiority will be ours. If we feel that we will never experience peace, then war will always play a part in our lives. If we feel we lack opportunity, then opportunity will always evade us. If we feel persecuted, then persecution will always be ours, because what we think we are as a collective is what we are, and it will be what we experience until we break out of negative communal beliefs. I believe this will help you understand why some nations appear to be locked into their history of behaviors and misfortunes, and that is why our world needs to start a new freedom of thought for equality, greatness, and abundance for all. We all need to raise our vibrations to feel empathy, compassion, and love for all living things and for our planet. The superhuman beings from more advanced civilizations understand that the all created their own magnificent worlds with a perfect balance of nature that supports all life, and if they interfere with it, disaster will follow. They have no need for weapons because they understand that they are all as one, and to hurt another is to hurt themselves, which ultimately hurts them all. If our world elevated itself from fear to one of loving one another, there would be no need for weapons, which are estimated to cost all nations in total around $1,570 billion per year. Isn't that a staggering and a huge indictment of our negative thinking?
He asked, and the world agreed with deep sadness. Storyteller then added with compassion in his heart.
3 United Nations agencies estimate that ending world hunger by 2030 would cost $267 billion per year. Sadly, today there are nearly 800 million people who do not have access to enough food. It is also estimated that to avoid the worst effects of global warming will cost just over $1,000 billion per year, which is a small amount compared to what scientists believe that even a moderate temperature rise of 2 degrees Celsius would cost the world, which is several $1 trillion per year. It is not difficult to see that just by eliminating weapons of war from our world would easily pay to stop starvation and the environmental destruction of our planet, with still some change left over. Doesn't that make you cry?
He asked with compassion in his heart, and the world replied with a solemn yes.
We're not playing the game of life very well, are we?
He said, speaking from his soul, and they all nodded in agreement. Storyteller then continued, with more optimism in his voice.
It is for this reason the Illumined Ones are with us now, to bring us new understanding not only through this book and movie, but by uniting us with inspirational, uplifting songs of love, hope, and peace from the past and present. They're also channeling their knowledge through the words and wisdom of many great authors and life teachers who are now spreading a message around the world that to succeed in the greatest game of all, we must all play as one. These precious secrets of life can also be discovered through the wonderful creativity of dance and art, cinema and theater that is being presented to us with renewed passion and purpose in countries all over our globe. And most importantly, the Illumined Ones are touching us with their infinite love, which is opening our eyes to the magnificence of our planet so that we all remember who we are and who we want to be. Before it is too late, let us be the cause to heal our planet and to end the suffering of millions of people, instead of watching the effect of our past actions gradually destroy us all. Are we ready to do it?
He called out, and the world replied with strength and determination, yes.